Hello.
Hello, hello. How are you doing?
I'm good, brother. How are you?
Yeah, I'm great too.
All right. Awesome, bro. So the way we're gonna do this, very simple. We're just gonna, run through, where you started with your fitness journey, where you're at now, how the process was like for you, right? Just ask you some basic questions about the entire journey, what went well, what didn't go well. So, just be honest. Answer the questions with honesty about how you felt about this entire thing. And yeah, okay. Won't take too long.
Yeah, sure.
All right, awesome, bro. So yeah, can you just quickly introduce yourself? What do you do for work? What your life looked like before we started?
Yeah, my name is Ng Cheng. So, what I do for work is I'm a data analyst. I'm specializing in LNG and also dry bulk. So yeah, main bulk of my work. Before that, I was mainly a casual gym goer,
Mhm.
gymming about 3 times a week, with not much results, a stagnant body. So yeah, joined this program because I just wanted to like elevate my physique.
Right. And like, how old are you? How long you been training for?
I'm 28 this year, and I've been training for about 4 years, 5 years. Yeah,
So you started like not particularly early as well, right?
yeah, not that early, I guess. Maybe about 23. So right after my uni days or during the uni days.
Cool, man. And so before coaching, right, before kind of working with us, what were you struggling with most when it came to your body, your fitness, or your health?
I think it was mainly motivation also. And also maybe lack of planning. So
Mm-hmm.
you just go in the gym, do whatever, and after that you just get out. No clear goal in mind, just eat whatever, hoping that you will turn out well, kind.
Mm, right. And how long did this kind of go on for?
So initially for the first year, yeah, you get to see all the gains very quickly. First 2 years. By the third year, I think you just start to plateau and you don't see any gains. Then you might be thinking, hey, what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
What's gone wrong?
Mm, right. So obviously at the start you mentioned your work, the nature of your work. How busy are you in your line of work? Like, talk about like your busiest days, what your working hours are like. How much does this sort of like weigh down on you mentally and physically?
Yeah, usually I work in my work spend a lot of times working with the London timing and also the Greek timing and also the US. So spend much of the time around the clock, in fact, just responding to calls and also just emails. Sometimes in the gym also responding to emails and calls.
Oh
So
my.
yeah, that is not really the best ideal time to work out.
Mm-mm.
So affected, yeah, I guess so. Sometimes you get very tired, then you really skip the gym altogether.
Right, right, right. And for the layman person who's watching this, how would you just like in simple terms describe your job?
I think it's just taxing, but rewarding.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
Basically, you work very long hours, not even in the Asian or Singapore time zone, and it's almost round the clock, right? Like you said.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, cool. So I guess what made you decide, enough was enough, and then you finally reached out to us?
Actually, not much reasons. It's just I was just looking at your ad, someday, and I
Mm-hmm,
just thought, hey, why not just give it a go? No harm,
mm-hmm,
just elevating the fitness journey
mm-hmm,
and
mm-hmm,
just one upping myself.
mm-hmm. I guess what was like the reason for you wanting to better yourself, you know, actually get to a stage where you haven't been to before, push yourself to a point where you haven't been to before, despite how busy you were with everything, or
So
you have just like
yeah,
kept going with what you were doing, right?
yeah. So I always have a kind of like a resolution every year.
Mm,
So I want to in any aspect, I just want something to be better for the next year,
mm,
be it fitness, academic,
mm,
taking off any licenses. So
mm,
this year I decided, yeah, maybe it's fitness is one of them.
mm. Okay, gotcha, bro. Now, before joining, right, what were you doing on your own, and why do you think it wasn't working, besides what you've already talked about?
Uh, in terms of what's not working, I think the fitness, okay, just in more detail, I was just doing just full body split all day.
Mm,
Not much plans.
mm,
Doing usually the 8 to 10 rep range. I
mm,
think it's recommended. In terms of food, I just ate whatever I want, and
mm,
I felt that when it felt was enough, that I would just stop.
mm.
and I've just not much limits, whatever I eat, just yeah.
Mm. Right. And then when it came to nutrition, how was that like?
I don't really track my nutrition, but yeah, whatever it takes. But I need to know like what is healthy, eating some fruits,
Mm,
eating protein, and that's
mm.
about it. Not much in detail.
Got you, got you. Okay. And then I guess like what were the main beliefs or doubts you had about yourself back then before you joined?
Uh, I would think it's more of like conviction,
Mm,
do you trust yourself enough to actually pull through? And even before joining the program, I think you know that I was rather
yeah.
hesitant,
Yeah.
whether I was really committed to it. But yeah, I think it turned out
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, let's actually talk a bit more about that, bro, because you got such a great result, right? But I think when people look at, we're going to show obviously where you were before and where you were after, right? I think a lot of people wouldn't have imagined that actually you were quite hesitant before joining and you didn't really actually feel like you could, I guess, commit to yourself or commit to a program. So t talk to me more about that. What was behind that hesitance and why did you overcome it?
I think definitely when in terms of hesitating or whatever, you just got to put your mind to it. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes, when you spend the money kind of thing,
Mm, mm,
you just got to put your mind into it. You got to
mm.
lock in, man.
Yeah.
It's either there's only like you can either go up or you can go down.
Yeah.
When you already have committed to this kind of thing, what's the
Mm,
point? Why do you want to go down? No.
yeah. Right. But why did you have sort of like doubt before joining? Where did the hesitance come from? Was it more so that you felt that this was not worth the investment, or maybe did you feel that you wouldn't be able to commit to the program, or that you didn't feel it was going to give you the results you're looking for? Like, where did the hesitance, what was behind that?
Yeah, so I was already, within my comfort zone, the
Mm,
routine, waking up, responding to emails.
mm,
So, committing to this kind of lifestyles actually requires effort.
yeah.
So when you really want to commit, you might think, hey, can I really pull through
Mm,
the next 3 months worth of
mm,
training,
mm,
potentially just skipping all the like social dinners.
mm, mm,
But yeah, after that, I still continue doing what I love, and
mm.
yeah, and it all stays well. Yeah.
That's good, bro. So at that point when I was like, I told you this is the investment of the program, this is what you get. What made you decide like, you know what, I'm just gonna do it, even though it was, I believe you've never had a coach, right?
Yeah, never.
Yeah, never had a coach before, never done anything like this before. We just met on a call, but you decided to do it anyway. What was behind you taking that leap of faith, that next step?
Actually, I'm not really sure, but I think you convinced me well. So
Okay.
yeah, so it was more of like, yeah, I just wanted to up myself. Um,
hmm
just trying to have that kind of like self prep, yeah, I got to
Mm,
do this,
mm.
going to the
Okay.
new year, I want something new,
hmm
and yeah, you just have to lock in.
Okay, cool, man. So once we started, right, what changed first that made you feel like, this time was different compared to all the previous times?
I think the main thing is in terms of nutrition, I think it's really important.
hmm
What fuels your body, I think has to be the first thing.
hmm
Uh, I think Joel also played an important role as well.
hmm
Looking at all the proteins, what are my daily habits? What kind of meal do am I intaking on a daily basis?
hmm
Dislikes and likes, and then he will offer alternatives, see what is good and how to fit into my daily lifestyle. In terms of workout, yeah, I think just correcting the form in general, understanding more about yeah, just how to push even further,
hmm
and then I think that will lead to quite a great results.
Awesome, bro. And what did the process actually look like for you week to week, especially with your work schedule and your normal life?
Oh yeah, initially it wasn't that easy. Sometimes I have to wake up about now I usually gym around 7 a.m. So when the gym is rather empty. So before that I was gymming rather late at night. So
Mm,
as it has to really shift because I think yeah, lifestyle has to be changed in order to see
mm,
results.
mm,
Yeah, so that's a
Okay, so you were able to adapt, make sure you
yeah.
got whatever you need to get done, and then go on with your work, right? Despite
Yeah.
how busy you were. And I think here's the part, right? A lot of people think they need a a very perfect lifestyle to get results, right? Before they commit, they think, okay, these next 3 months have to be empty. I have to make sure that, I have no travel plans. I have to make sure there's no like, no Chinese New Year coming up, no Christmas coming up, none of these things, so that I can really fully lock in, give my best effort. But tell us, right, was that the case for you?
Not really. So
Right.
I had spontaneous trips almost, I think 3 times. Went
Mm,
to Bali, went to Laos, went to
mm,
Jeju,
mm-hmm,
was supposed to go to Greece, but
mm,
yeah, it was cancelled.
mm,
So in between all this, you find the time to actually track my calories,
mm.
do my workout. So all is good.
Yeah. Not only did you have these trips within the span of 12 weeks, you also had Christmas, you also had New Year, and you had Chinese New Year, right?
Exactly.
So the question I think a lot of the viewers probably are wondering is how were you able to stay on track with the kind of work that you do, your social life that you have, all the eating, all the traveling, maybe even like the family commitments, like your relationship. How were you able to stay on track?
I think the main thing is you got to keep it at the back of your mind, everything.
Mm, mm,
So when I look at food, I think it just wired in. Maybe the first week you still, hey, you crave for sugary drinks. By the
mm,
second week you start to have less. I was eating more protein. I
mm,
prioritize all the fibers.
mm,
So yeah, I think it's just a lifestyle change and it's just wired in slowly.
mm,
So now I don't really think on I want to eat.
mm,
Like I'll just, hey, my standard order, not much thought behind it. It's just a daily routine kind of stuff. And
mm,
I'm still able to hit my calorie goals and all my
mm,
macros. So
mm, mm. And I guess you making these changes, a lot of people might feel, oh, but seems like he's going through a bodybuilder diet and this kind of routine, not something I think I want to do because maybe it's very mundane or maybe it's too restrictive. Did you feel that way?
no, I don't think it's very restrictive. I still have my McDonald's. Uh, I eat my chicken rice almost maybe 3 times a week, just with
Mm,
extra chicken.
mm-hmm,
Uh, I think everything just had to be substituted or just reduced. So I
mm,
reduced my rice quite a lot.
mm, mm,
But then I will intake more fiber, replace it with broccolis. And
mm-hmm.
in fact, I actually love chicken rice. So I think, and
Why?
and the best part is I love chicken breast as well. So
Oh, that's
I think it
amazing.
helps a lot. Yeah, the protein intakes a lot.
Mm,
So yeah.
mm. Actually, I want to know, right, from your point of view, what were some things you were quite surprised you could have or you could still do despite going through the program?
Uh, I thought I wasn't able to have any fast food.
Mm,
So in fact, actually, I have it sometimes, even make breakfast,
yeah.
It's just you got to adapt. If I have a very heavy breakfast,
Mm,
then maybe have a very moderate lunch or even a
yeah.
moderate dinner.
Yeah.
But as long as you hit your count,
Yeah.
continue taking your proteins. Or sometimes even if I don't hit my protein, I'll just intake it with a protein shake.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I think it's just
Yeah.
you see what's missing, you add
Mm,
on. If
right.
it's too much, you just cut down.
Yeah. And that balance, right? It wasn't too hard to achieve, right?
It's not hard enough actually.
Yeah, it's not hard, right? Like, I mean, I think a lot of the viewers and a lot of people think that it's very hard. You need to count like every single calorie, you need to weigh, you need to do this, you need to do that. But once you have a pretty strong reference base, it's really not that challenging. Would you agree?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Now I want to ask you, right, was there like a specific week or moment where you felt discouraged? You wanted to quit or you thought maybe you were actually regressing?
I think I mentioned to you before, I think about week 6 or week 7, I
Mm,
think you realize that, hey, your strength is not growing much.
mm, mm.
And we decided to have a, what do you call that? Deload? Is it called
A
deload?
deload, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I think the deload was very important because I was pushing so much and I
Mm,
feel like, oh, it's getting a bit tiring. You can't
mm,
focus on your job. But I
mm,
think that deload really helped,
mm.
um,
Right.
help to rest your muscle fatigue and
Hmm.
then just good to go again.
Yeah. Right. And that's actually one of the very simple things that we do that is so simple. It's so like stupidly simple, but it's so effective, right? It's literally
Exactly.
just a week of easier training and then you're good, all your problems are solved. But besides the deal that we've implemented, right, during those harder moments, what else do we do to help you work through, these tough moments?
In terms of hard moment, I think just encouragement.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Joel also sometimes say that, hey, don't be too hard. Sometimes your weight gain,
Mm-hmm.
uh, is all right. You have to
Mm-hmm.
look on a, in the bigger picture.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you have to even out, high calories, high weight at one point of time doesn't mean that it's forever. So you got
Yeah.
to take a step back and then just keep sticking to the plan.
Awesome, man. I'm glad we could have provided you with that emotional support. Now, looking back, what results did you get physically, mentally, and in your day-to-day life?
In terms of physically, I think you can see, I think my body fat's dropped from maybe about, I would say 17% to now about 14, I would say 14-ish or low 14.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of weight, I was about 70 kg. Now I'm maintaining about 64.5. So
Mm-hmm.
in a span of 12 weeks, maybe about 5.5 kg loss.
Yeah.
And definitely leaner in terms of mindset as well. So I feel that it has become a routine already.
Mm.
No longer dreading it. Even if I'm dreading, it's just like a autopilot kind of thing. Like
Mm.
uh, I would just go to the gym. And
Yeah.
also in terms of step count, I would just consciously,
Mm.
make myself more active.
Mm.
So recently I've been going for more runs. So it was
Oh,
like, yeah.
awesome.
So for to hit that 10K steps, I even bought a walking pad, but now I decided uh I will just go for a run instead. So I've been
Yeah.
clocking very consistently, running 5Ks, and now
Wow.
uh running 10Ks. Yeah, I think it was my first 10K. So
Wow. When was the last time you ran a 10K before
oh, I
this?
haven't run before a 10K actually. So
Wow. So you're telling me that at the age of 28, you've never ran a 10K,
yeah, I think it
and
was a 5K, and now it was the 10K.
right, and because of you deciding to not just elevate your physical state, to bring yourself to a new level that you've never been to before, but actually pushing yourself, challenging yourself, you've managed, and now you're willing to do things that you've also never done
Yeah,
before. That's completely
exactly.
like, I guess, not related to how your physique looks, right?
Yeah, I think it's just more like a mental. So
Hmm.
I think it started from just step counting.
Yeah.
Like sometimes at around 7 p.m., shit, I haven't hit my step count.
Mm.
What am I going to do?
Mm-hmm.
Walking pad takes about 3 hours, 2 hours.
Right.
So why not just go for a 30-minute run? You just hit your
Wow.
step count.
Easy.
Yeah.
And this is with, again, with all the work that you have to balance, all the
Yeah.
things you have to do in a single day.
Yeah.
Like guys, if you're watching this, right, it wasn't even easy to book in this call with Jing Cheng. Like he doesn't have all the time in the world, right? But you, like clearly it shows that even if you're a busy guy, even if you have so many things to do, like he's able to go to the gym, right? Make sure that he's not eating like a fat cunt, right? Able to run, get his runs in 5, 10 clicks, right? And it's not like you're a single guy as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've also got a relationship, right? You've also got work, you've got your own fair share of commitments and responsibilities. But you were able to transform everything within the span of just 12 weeks, not just like quarter of a year, right? So what are you able to do now? Or how do you feel now that you could not do or feel before?
Oh, definitely great. I think, yeah, in general, just feel good. Your mental is good.
Mm-hmm.
Physically, you feel stronger.
Mm-hmm.
I think that helps a lot.
Yeah. And I guess like what beliefs about yourself have changed through this process?
It's more of like I think that if I were to do it, if I want to log in,
Mm,
I'm able to do it.
yeah.
And there's no such thing as like, you can't
Yeah.
do it. It's all in the mental one.
Mm, mm. Prior to that, did you have like feelings of like if you say you set a goal for yourself that maybe you might not actually adhere to it, adhere to the plan, adhere to the commitment?
I think you also know when I first spoke to you,
Yeah,
I think it
you
was really consistent.
yeah, that's one of the things I wrote down. You said like inconsistency, right? Even though you've been doing it for a while, but just not getting the result. Now, just a couple more questions before we wrap up. If you had to describe the kind of person you were before versus the person that you are now, how would you describe it?
Before, maybe, yeah, I think you sum it up as well. Inconsistent.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes one day in the gym, then I will appear maybe 2 weeks later for another session.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's just, I think, more motivated.
Mm-hmm.
I think, yeah, it's consistent as well.
Mm-hmm.
Just just showing up. I think it's become like an autopilot kind of thing. You just got to go, no matter how shit it is.
Hmm.
That's probably.
Right. And what would you say to another busy professional like yourself, or even maybe not in the same line of work, right? Because not everyone does your work, but someone who just feels like he doesn't have the time of day, he's always grinding, always having to stay up late, endless meetings, dinners, commitments. What would you say to another person who is in a similar position to you, who feels stuck, overwhelmed, or unsure whether they can actually do this?
I would just recommend them to, just maybe take this leap of faith,
Hmm.
know, just try. Just try it out. Maybe it'll turn out better, and then your mindset will change thoroughly.
Hmm. Right. And I think a lot has to also be said about the vehicle, the way we approach helping you, right? Because I mean, even prior to this, even though I was in Singapore, I think no, when we met, I was in France. It was in Europe at a point
Yeah,
of time, right?
yeah,
But I
yeah.
called you. So this entire process, if you guys don't know, completely online, right?
Yeah,
Even though we're both Singaporean, I wasn't there in Singapore physically when we first spoke. I'm still not in Singapore physically when we're speaking now. I'm in Bangkok. Right. And I think a lot of people have a lot of doubts and fearfulness when it comes to the method of using online coaching to help an individual, right? I guess what were your thoughts on it, and how do you feel that even though it was online coaching, it still helped?
Uh, yeah, actually, I was initially rather skeptical. I think
Mm,
you felt the same
mm,
way
mm,
about me in the first place. But after that, I got used to it. I would just pull out, the kind of tripod stand.
yeah,
I don't really care what other people think. I'll
yeah,
just put the tripod
mm-hmm,
stand right in front.
mm-hmm,
And yeah, you just got to not care. And then in terms of form correction, I think we have kind of weekly kind of feedback.
yeah,
And sometimes I really go independent
mm-hmm,
without much feedback over next week.
yeah,
And yeah, online coaching has been rather great for me because sometimes, we don't really want to go to a physical location.
yeah,
Yeah. And it
yeah,
really helped because I can gym maybe about 7 a.m. I can gym at around, sometimes I'll gym at 11 p.m.
yeah,
So we don't have to be physically there together,
yeah,
but then I still get the advice and coaching that I
yeah,
really need to
yeah.
improve my form.
Right. I think the biggest things that I think you spoke about this very well, but I think the biggest things that people are very concerned about is exactly what you talked about. Number one, being scared to film themselves because others will, judge them like, oh, why are you filming yourself? Why are you taking out space? How do you address this, bro? You being the person that actually had to do it.
Uh, Initially, yeah, I guess I was really scared as well when you first
Mm,
lay down your first tripod stand and just film with
mhm.
it. But I think by week two, you just realize that everyone actually don't really care about you. No one
Yeah,
in the gym actually give a shit about you.
exactly. Yeah,
I was placing my tripod, because we are doing supersets, right?
yeah,
Or just placing my water bottle in one machine, putting my
yeah,
tripod in another, and
yeah.
no one gives a shit.
That's what I
So let's do
totally
whatever
agree.
you want,
Yeah, yeah.
and I think it's all good.
Yeah, no one cares, right? I remember that
Yeah,
time you were telling
exactly.
me, or you were dealing with like, I don't know how to do the supersets because by the time I get to the other machine, someone's there. I told Ting Chang you were Singaporean, like in our culture, chopping is actually a serious thing. No one actually violates it. If they see something there, you respect it, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
ingrained in us. We need to use this to our advantage. And most of you guys watching Singaporeans, like, if you're gonna use two machines, just place one bottle, one towel, or just any of your personal things.
Yeah,
It's not gonna get stolen. People understand it's reserved, then they'll leave you be. And frankly speaking, nobody cares if you film. No one cares. Like personal note, I was national powerlifter for so many years, right? I filmed myself, I probably hundreds of hours of videos, right, in many different countries. I'm not only trained in Singapore, and there was only one time someone told me to not film. And after that, he apologized for coming across aggressive. And I was using this to tell another client that, hey, no one cares. No one cares whether you think you are the shit, whether you think you're not the shit, whatever experience level you're like in the gym, no one cares. Like if you film, people just won't walk in front of it and they'll just
yeah,
leave you be, right? So
yeah,
there's no shame in doing it. You agree?
yeah, I agree.
And then the other thing I think people also are quite skeptical about when it comes to online coaching is the instant feedback, right? Because obviously in person you get the instant feedback, someone's there to spot you, push you and all that. But how did you feel online coaching was able to combat all of this, and why was that something that actually didn't matter to you?
Uh, I think why it didn't matter is because yeah, instant feedback, and then you have pointers. You kind of draw out pointers. Uh, we also key in the weight and
Mm-hmm.
everything. You look detailed looking into your form kind of thing. So I think it really doesn't matter because you'll be saying the same thing as what you will be saying physically. You'll be
Mm-hmm.
just saying, hey, maybe when you're doing your leg extension, chin up or something. I
Mm-hmm.
think that can be fixed just through online. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, you're going to say the same thing when it's physically, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, not much
Yeah.
of a difference.
Right. And then when it comes to the application of the form technique, right? How hard was it to do it based off my feedback?
I think it was just instantaneous.
Mm-hmm.
Like sometimes, hey, you want to put like a foam, behind your back when you're doing a chest
Yeah.
press. Yeah, just take a foam, put on
Yeah.
chest press, done.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you want maybe your tricep extension to go lower. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
sure. I'll just lock in my elbow more
Yeah.
and let it go lower. And
Mm-hmm.
these all things can be done. Yeah, I think verbally. I
Yeah.
don't need you to really help me to push my elbow closer.
Yeah.
So it's
Exactly. Right.
yeah,
That is the thing I've been trying to communicate to people all these years, that if you need someone to be physically there to actually like I will move your shoulder, and that's the only way you know how to improve your technique, not get injured, and you know get better execution from it. A question is, how sustainable is it? That's
yeah,
number one,
exactly.
right? Number two is also, how many times do you need this repeated to you, right?
Yeah.
After, like you said as well, right? How many weeks of feedback did I actually give you before you were like, yeah, I actually pretty much know what to do already?
I think mine was about like 4 or 5 weeks. By the fourth,
Yeah.
fifth, I think we were just independent. Then after
Yeah.
that 2 weeks, one time we just check in.
Yeah.
You think that, hey, I'm still doing good. Then yeah,
Yeah.
just minor correction of form again.
Yeah.
So
4 or 5 weeks, guys, was all it took, right? And it's not like Ting Cheng's form was perfect off the bat. There were quite a few things that need to change off the bat, right? Obviously, he did have baseline understanding of the gym and all that, but 4 or 5 weeks was all it took. And then after that, there's no need for that much like correction anymore. Imagine that you don't have to meet someone at the physical location. You don't have to meet their schedule. You don't have to pay for their time every time you go to the gym. You don't have to pay for extra 30 minutes or whatever. You have to sign up some ridiculously large package. Just get your form feedback. After a little over a month, you'll get it, right? Now,
and one
last
more
question.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also noticed that, there's a physical trainer. Sometimes I feel that they talk too much to the clients. I'm not sure if you noticed.
Of course, bro.
Wow, they can talk. The rest is about in between reps, 5 minutes of talking,
Mm-hmm.
and then he gets like maybe about 2, 3 exercises,
Yeah.
maximum 4 exercises in about an hour.
Yeah.
So I think it's not really efficient. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very good point. I actually don't I shouldn't be the person who's saying this, so I ask you, have you also noticed that a lot of in-person PTs, they don't even look at their clients when they're executing the workout?
Yeah.
They're oftentimes either staring into space, and then occasionally they'll look back, or sometimes they're literally just sitting down a couple feet away on a bench or another machine just like this, because I don't blame them. It's because they're so tired from standing all day carrying plates, adjusting the weight, moving this grip here and there, to the point where you don't even have their attention. The client
Yeah.
doesn't have their attention, right? Have you ever noticed that? Because I've
Yeah.
literally seen a personal trainer in Bangkok read manga while his client was working out. Read manga, bro. Have you seen that?
I haven't seen, but I know that the trainer was maybe scheduling for another client. Well, yeah, he was talking on the phone. Hey, what time is suitable for you? While the person was doing the exercise.
Yeah.
It's kind of-
So I think that should clearly air for a lot of people, right? That in-person PT is not necessarily better, even if they're there for the full hour with you physically present, right? It doesn't mean they're mentally present for the whole hour. Every person has a limited mental capacity, the ability to focus. If someone has realistically already had 5 or 6 clients before you and you're the seventh client, you're not going to get the same level of attention as the first 3 clients of the day. They've been standing around, switching things around, moving the grips, changing the weight for you, blah, blah, blah. If you're the seventh client of the day, you're not going to get the same attention. And again, do you even need an hour of full attention? No, you just need the feedback for a few sets, a few exercises, and you're good. It's so much more convenient for everyone. Do you agree?
Yep, agree.
Last question, bro. For the viewer, for the busy professional, for the person that is sitting on the fence right now, they've heard everything. They obviously have seen your transformation. You're a real person. Feel free to background check Ting Cheng. But you're a real person who's seen great results. You've done the whole thing already. But they're still sitting on the fence. They're still a bit conflicted and in a dilemma. What would you tell them right now?
I think initially I was like that too, but yeah, like I said, just got to take a leap of faith.
Mm-hmm.
You know, results come from effort. If you don't take that kind of leap, you'll never see the kind of results you want.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, just got to do it, straight about that.
Mm-hmm. And,
Yeah.
and I guess one more question, right? How do you think life would have been like if you never took that leap of faith? How would it be like right now, today, on the 31st of March, 2026? If we spoke like I think mid-December last year, you said, no, I think I'm just gonna sit on it, I'm gonna think about it, I don't wanna do it. Maybe I might not commit to it. If you had said that and made that decision instead, where do you think you'd be right now? How would your life look like? How would you feel like?
I think I will still remain the same physique, same mindset, just leave it for next time.
Hmm.
Yeah. So if you're a get goer, just do it.
Just do it, man. All right, cool. Is there any final words that you have? Any final things you would like to say before we depart?
Uh, yeah, I really just enjoyed the session, the feedback, the nutrition and everything.
Hmm.
And I think, yeah, really helped me a lot. And I'm very grateful for it.
Of course, man. Very happy to have helped you. You're an amazing client. You're very adherent, very consistent. You did everything that you were meant to do without complaining, without like telling us, oh, why is this happening? Why is that happening? You just stuck to the plan. No matter rain or shine, no matter how you felt, you always did something. And that's the real reason why you got the results that you got today, right? Because anyone can be given a plan, but whoever is most consistent with it is the one that always wins. And you had a lot of things, a lot of reasons why you could be consistent, but you never use those as excuses or as a fallback to say, oh, the program doesn't work, or oh, you see it's not working. Right? You just did the thing, executed, even if it meant like the cut before the trips and all that. You did it, right? And I can say for a fact that that kind of mindset, work ethic, and attitude is the thing that will propel you. I mean, you probably already know this better than me, propel you in any facet of your life, right? That's why you're successful in your own career, successful in pretty much every endeavor you have dabbled in. And yeah, I'm just happy to have had the opportunity to serve you, help you together with Joel. And thank you so much for this call and really like giving us your honest thoughts on the program and vouching for us as well.
Yeah, likewise.
Thank you so
Thank
much, Tim
you.
Chen. Have a blessed day, have a blessed year, and may we cross paths in Singapore, okay? Or if you come
Yeah,
to Bangkok.
yeah,
Take care,
sure.
brother.
Yeah, you
Bye-bye.
too. Bye bye.